Great Debaters Contest is powered by Blaze, by Safaricom, the Youth Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Great Debaters Contest. This is the Eldoret region and I am Austin Yumbok. The motion is television is an effective tool in building the minds of children. We have Kurgung High School going against Tartar girls. Whoever will be the victor, we're yet to know. Proposer number 1, you have 3 minutes.
For the best results, you have to put up the best measures. Imelda Wamuta, Tartar girls. Here to propose the motion that states, television is an effective tool in building the minds of children. Looking at the Bible, Jesus Christ, who lived way back before introduction of television, stated, "By beholding, we are transformed." And also Ellen G. White, a great writer, in her book Education, stated, "Our minds integrate better and retain longer whatever we see." So I see this as worked incredibly with the introduction of television as a tool in educating the mind of children. First of all, a television helps to expand the brain of a child. How? When I ask, a television will help the child to understand the socio-economic condition in our country. And when we see that when a child understands the socio-economic condition in a country, there are so many things, so many questions that our parents will not have to answer. For example, looking at our country, Kenya, most of us are Kenyans, and the country has been experiencing the demand pull inflation. This means the prices of goods, taking for example sugar, looking at the food basket, it showed that sugar, which used to cost at 90 shillings, was now costing at 200 shillings. Flour went up to 190. We also have milk, which went up to 40 shillings. This meant that for food to be on the table, parents had to dig deep into their pockets. And thank God, because of television, the children were able to see this. It didn't mean that they were to be told. They had to see it for themselves. They had to understand that our parents are struggling. And with that, their minds could understand the economy and meaning. When they miss something, they could not bother their parents, but they could understand. Television also helps in building the spiritual growth of a child. This influences the character and the thoughts of a child. Take an example, the HCK, that is the Hope Channel Kenya. It is a Christian station. It has very good programs, for example, the Bible study program. This program has been of a very good influence in that a child is able to learn and to differentiate between something good and something bad. And with this, I tell you, we are able to bring up a child who has grown to understand whatever he's supposed to choose, to be brought up upright, morally upright, and with this, we have responsible adults and responsible citizens in future. Take it, for example, Mahatma Gandhi's quote that says, "Our thoughts become our values become our characters, and our characters determine our destiny." With television, our children are going to be molded into very responsible citizens, and this we are going from. Make the best of your thoughts, and your thoughts will make the best of you.
Proposer number 1, you have 3 minutes.
When I remember some days back, I was going through my social media, and I saw children from Langata Primary School. They were rioting in the roads, they were demonstrating, and my mind went back to how our leaders demonstrate, and how did the kids get this idea of demonstrating in that way. And I saw that they got this idea of demonstrating from the TV, seeing our leaders do those things in the media or in the TV. I'm Vince Kimite from Kurgung Boys. A child's mind is delicate and needs to learn from all places, not only the TV. And when a child is glued to the TV at all times, how do we know that if he gets outside and meets some issues over there, how will he or she be able to solve them if he has been glued to the TV at all times? How will he be able to go through all this that he gets outside there if he's only glued or if his mindset is only in the television? TV destroys behaviors and morals of our children. I'm getting an example of this from me. When I was a child, years back, when we went outside to play, I wanted to associate myself with people like John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Chuck Norris. And how are those people? They kill, they do the immoral things in our society. And that shows how children get to be those people who are not emulated in our societies. Children rise up, they be people who are not giving an example to others. Also, when the child is glued to the TV, some advertisements are not good. Some adverts get to the mindset of children, and most of them get to see about junk foods which are harmful to their health, maybe trust condoms, and see these things that maybe they want to practice them in an early stage, which they are not supposed to be doing. Most movies children watch do not depict the real picture of our societies. The movies they watch are meant for entertainment, but children tend to copy what they watch in those movies and make them a reality, and that does not, they make them a practice in this real world, and that is not supposed to be there, it's just meant for entertainment. Television also is addictive. I remember when I was some years back also, there was a cartoon called Tom and Jerry. Every time I went to the TV, Tom and Jerry was the thing I wanted to watch. And there's no moral that I got from that cartoon, nothing. And we get to see there that cartoon never instilled something in my head until now. Also, children, they get to want things from what they watch on the TV. When a child watches something that isn't so moral, and you go ask him, what do you want me to buy for you? The child says a mini skirt, crop top, ragged trouser. Are those things maybe showing good examples in our societies? So I strongly oppose that TV is something that helps in building the minds of children. Thank you so much.
It's now time for rebuttals. May we have the second proposer take the stage. You have 3 minutes.
Mahatma Gandhi once said that what you see is what you believe. Doreen Ounza, Tartar girls, solidly proposing the motion. I'll take you back to the early 1900s when the television had not yet been invented, and the only thing that could keep children busy was maybe schoolwork or a little bit of home chores. The only thing that could access children to the outside world was a radio in which they did not know even who is presenting, and they only had to form images of what was being presented. You can as well imagine how many images were being formed at a time by how many different children in the world. TV came in and it erased all this. A child is able to see the real thing. A child is able to picture the real thing. I'll give you an example of 2 children, Juma and Sarah. Juma's family own a television set. Sarah's family does not own a television set. Juma and Sarah want to be pilots when they grow up. Juma wants to be a pilot because he has seen an aeroplane. He has seen it through the advertisements of Jumbo Jet and Kenya Airways in the television. He knows that what is expected of him is to fly that aeroplane from Kenya to a faraway country, maybe in Bangladesh. Sarah, however, has a different motive of why she wants to be a pilot. Sarah wants to be a pilot because her father told her that piloting is a prestigious job, that piloting is a well-paying job, that in piloting, she'll have to fly a very big vehicle from here to a very faraway country. So, which child do you think will achieve his dream? Apart from that, a television offers inspiration. We all know of Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey is a great icon. She's a mentor to many. She's the reason why so many people, so many children are succeeding. And also, a television gives a child that leadership mind. A child on the 24th of July, 2015, is watching Barack Obama landing in Kenya. The child is watching Barack Obama landing in Kenya in Air Force One. The child is watching Barack Obama being driven to State House in the Beast. And the child is watching Barack Obama delivering his speech. And the child says, I want to be like that man. I want to be able to land in a country. I want to be able to travel in that long car. And I want all eyes on me as I deliver my speech. Apart from that, a television also enables us to be acquainted with the latest trend. You look nice, most of you. You have a scarf. Just because you know it is trendy. So how did you know it is trendy? It's because of the television sets that you watch, the television programs that you watch. You watch that and you can stand confident in front of your peers and say that whatever I'm wearing is what is on market. So the television allows a child to be confident. Imagine of a world without a television. A world in which we have to picture everything. Won't that be chaotic?
Opposition, you have 3 minutes for your rebuttal.
Well stated by my fellow opponents. What you see is what you believe. And for instance, let's take this child who views something very sexual. Will he really believe in it? That is something that should put at the back of your mind. Other thing, the landing of Barack Obama in this country, what will it be of any value? Will it really value any child? Think of that. William Tunga from Kurgung Boys High School, ready to oppose the motion strongly. First of all, it acts as time wastage. According to the research done, 1,500 hours are wasted by children watching the television. Instead, the time that is wasted, that is a lot of time wasted there, could have been spent hiring the pronunciations of these children. The children will have used that time to hire even their skills, maybe in speaking in language that should be taken into point. The other thing, how you will just see people advertising the beer, Guinness. The child being the one having a little mindset will just believe in it. And unfortunately, you will see what he'll do. Right after his father leaves, he'll just dash to the bedroom. Do you know what? He'll come with a bottle that his father left on the bedroom. Assuming that it is as sweet as honey, he won't even let that go. Therefore, the adverts that they give, they are of no value to the children. They will instead mislead these children. Misleading should be taken out of this country. Televisions will mislead these children. And I think you should all stand to gather me and propose and oppose the motion that strongly says television does not act as any effective tool. Then another thing, watching, let's take you to be the audience, watching as the television. Your minds will be inactive. And do you know what else? Little action will be taken by your mind. Obesity will actually result out of the inactiveness of the mind. Low concentration is another thing. It will cause low concentration in class. A student, a child, who's mostly conversant with the TV all the time, when he goes to class, he will not concentrate. He's used to the noises, the advertisement, the watching. When he goes to class, there is no concentration, totally no concentration. Stand firmly to say that televisions will give no effective tool to the children. They will also give sexual and other immorality issues to the children. They will no longer help the children. They will instead ruin them. Strongly may you stand with me, saying that this is not an effective tool. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your questions. The proposers have been asked if television is the only source of inspiration, and the opposition have been asked, are they suggesting that all programs are bad? I now invite the third proposer to answer the questions.
Thank you so much, Kiprono, for your question. I'll come back to that. You see, to resist change is to become obsolete. In Nivagold and Nangwe Tartar girls, I staunchly propose the motion. You see, the television, yes, it's not the only effective method, but the most effective. It adds as a catalyst to enhance. The child visualizes, sees, and knows what is expected of him. I hope I've answered your question to your satisfaction. The television is a link, and it provides that reason for families to spend time together. This child needs to grow, to have growth in balance. That is physically, emotionally, spiritually, and not forgetting socially. So if you take the child, adding to the parents, and that television acting as a catalyst, it enhances the child's step-by-step growth. We are building a mind. You're creating a foundation. A house being built without a foundation, what comes out of it? Nothing. You see, there are channels such as Baby TV, Disney Junior, Nickelodeon, and Let's Learn to the Fashion TV. You know why I'm saying so? Because these programs contain different contents. You see, with Baby TV, the child's mind is in a state of tabula rasa. It's completely blank. So we are filling the child's mind with ideas. And let's come to Fashion TV. When the child is exposed to Fashion TV at that particular time, that's 12 years, that child is a teen. So that child will come out, the mind will be already complete, full, intellectually. So the child can decide, make decisions, and draw conclusions. See, I have a sister, and she takes Spanish as a subject at primary level. With her, every time she comes home, she asks and requests for us to switch to Telemundo. So I ask myself, why Telemundo and not KTN, not Citizen, not even KBC? I later realized that the moment she watches Telemundo, her eloquence in the language keeps on improving. Her mastery in the language and even her grades in school kept on improving. Such debate. Let's take of this show. Here we have children outside there. They're admiring of what is going on in the debate show. They want to be like a certain speaker. They want maybe the judges, how they speak eloquently. That child really loves and is inspired in that. When change is all about tomorrow, which is taking over today. And in all of this change is decision to live in yesterday. Actually, television, if we do not embrace its contribution to the society, we'll end up living in lives not up to trend. I can see everybody looking good hairstyles, good porches. That's all about trend. So I know you don't want to live in such a life. Thank you so much. And remember, nonsense is nonsense, even when spoken by famous scientists. Thank you.
Opposers, you have 3 minutes to answer your question.
I beg to answer the question that Chebet has asked. That it goes this way. Are all programs bad? Of course, yes. All programs that are aired within the conscience or the inconscience of the parent are bad. Because the first reason, the parent gives freedom which the children themselves cannot control their minds. Therefore, I answer that all programs are bad. I am Elik Prof from Kurgung. The effects of televisions to the children are many. And one of the problems or the effects, it causes skiving of lessons. For instance, if these programs are allocated in the days, the working days or the school days, eventually a child cannot come to school, yet he has a very nice program to watch. Eventually he will skive the lessons. Therefore, it will paralyze lessons and the child will be demoralized in the society. Another point, it erodes the culture of the children. You remember, children are not only the kids, but as the law states that anybody below the age of 18 years is a child. You can attest that we are all children here, those who don't have identity cards. Therefore, you can guess that your culture can be eroded in this form. You cannot support the programs that are running in school, while you have been portrayed the motion, or you have been shown what has just happened, eventually, for instance, if you are given something like strike, you are exposed to that one. Eventually, tomorrow, if anything is wrong within your school or within your vicinity, therefore, you will tend to do other things that are beyond the reach of your age. Another point, it is time consuming. Because if time of watching takes the maximum of about an hour, therefore eventually you know that everything, even in school, you will have the time to watch, not time to read. So we have to cross the bridge when we are there. Thank you.
Time for final submissions. I invite the proposition. You have 1 minute.
I'm even surprised that our opponents are giving us more of advantages of television than on how the television is building the child's mind. I'm sure that most of us are conversant with Francis Imbuga's Betrayal in the City. Mosese, a brilliant ex-lecturer, says that we have killed our past and are busy killing our future. Ignorance is the disease that kills our society. So why on earth should we kill our society by keeping our children uninformed? I don't see any reason. And why are we here? We are here because of the Great Debaters Contest. We are here because we are great debaters. And personally, I got debating skills from watching debating in the KBC station. So if not for television, how could you know that I'm supposed to debate like this and somebody is supposed to say this? Thank you.
Opposition, you have 1 minute.
Once again, Vince Akimite from Kurgung Boys. Television makes us live passively, and I don't want our children to live passively anymore. I want us to live passionately, and I want to urge you, our opponents, just cross over and let us join hands and maybe say that TV is not all that good to children. It doesn't give us those morals. It doesn't enhance the thinking of children. It ruins the children. It puts our cultures into the rubbish pit and enhances cultures that are not good in our societies. Thank you so much.
Tartar, Imelda, you should use more of a tonal variation. You are good, your language is good, that is good. Doreen, give us more facts. You debated well. And Niva, I liked the way you debated. Bring also more facts. Do more of research.
The boys, Vincent, you were quite the highlight also when it came to how I saw how you debated. Perfect use of yourself as an example. Also liked how you used examples of adverts that are unfiltered. I think that was quite a strong argument also from your side. Thank you very much.
St. Andrews Boys Kurgung. The judges awarded you 65%. Please give them a round of applause. Tartar Girls High School, the judges saw it fit to award you 68%. You're our winners for the debate. Now, a big congratulations to the two teams on stage. We'd also like to thank our studio audience and our viewers back home. Keep watching, keep the conversation going. Hashtag GDC for SDGs. A big shout out to Safaricom Blaze, our sponsors. I have been your host, Austin Yumbok. Catch you next time.
Great Debaters Contest is powered by Blaze by Safaricom, the Youth Network.